I'll call to order this public council meeting for the corporation of the township of Brunel, Lindau and Raglan, the seventh day of February 2024 at 7:31 p.m.
6:30.
6:31 p.m. Okay, we're off to a great start. So I'll do roll call. Councillor Banks.
Here.
Councillor Coughall. Absent. I'm here. Councillor Quad.
Present.
And our mayor, Valerie On, is absent. So we have a resolution for adoption of the agenda that the council for the corporation of the township of Brunel, Lindau and Raglan adopt the agenda as submitted. I need a mover. Councillor Quad, a seconder. Councillor Hanks, yeah, it's gonna be easy. All in favor? Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Disclosure of interest, on anyone's part with the matter before us.
No, not by me.
Seeing none. So we have the purpose of the public meeting. So the purpose and effect of the amendment to the Brunel Lindau zoning bylaw is to refine the boundary of the stream and wetland zone on the property based on fieldwork conducted by JP2G, incorporating the recommended setbacks and mitigation measures outlined in the environmental impact study report prepared by JP2G and submitted on March the 3rd, 2023. Number 2, to rezone the severed lands and consent application file number B51/23, subsection 1 from extractive industrial, EM and stream and wetland to limited service residential, exception 17, holding LSR. The exception zone is required to implement a 30-meter water setback from the high water mark of Lorwell Lake and a 15-meter setback from the stream and wetland zone. The condition to remove the holding symbol is the completion of an archaeological assessment to the register of archaeological site and its 5-meter protective buffer by a licensed consultant archaeologist to the satisfaction to the Algonquins of Ontario and the Ministry of Citizenship and Multiculturalism or its successor. To rezone the severed and retained lands and consent applications file numbers B5223 and B5323 from extractive industrial, rural marginal to limited service residential. Exception 18 holding. The exception zone will require a 30-meter water setback from the high water mark of Lorwell Lake. The condition to remove the holding symbol is the completion of archaeological assessment to the registered archaeological site and its 5-meter protective buffer. Is that the same? By a licensed consultant archaeologist to the satisfaction of the Algonquins, Ontario, and Ministry of Citizenship and Multiculturalism or its successor. All other provisions of the bylaw shall apply. The zoning amendment is a condition for the approval of the consent applications. Down to clerk's report on notices.
The notices were sent out on December 21st, 2023 by mail and email to all agents and property owners within 120 meters of the subject land, and no comments for or against were received by the deadline.
Have presentations by the applicant or owner.
JP2G is online with us. If Brianna has any comments.
Hi there, yes, thanks. So yeah, it's been mentioned there. Sorry, let me start again. So yeah, Brianna Kenny with JP2G, we're the agent acting on this file. And I believe one of the applicants is in attendance there with you tonight, Yvonne Sobolski. Anyway, so yeah, just briefly again, yeah, this application is just in fulfillment of a condition of consent for 3 lots on Lorwell Lake, and it implements some of the recommendations of the EIS and will require some further archaeological work prior to lifting of the holding symbol. So anyways, with that being said, I won't take up too much of your time, but I'm available for any questions that may come up. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. And did we have any presentation by those in support opposed? None. Comments, discussion by council? If any? None. It was pretty straightforward.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So we have a resolution then as a recommendation that county and township staff have reviewed the application and any comments received and are satisfied that all requirements have been met. Therefore, the recommendation is as follows. That council for the corporation of the township of Brunel, Lindau and Raglan hereby approve the zoning bylaw amendment as submitted, and that staff bring the proposed bylaw to the next regular meeting of council. So I need a mover on that.
I'll move this.
Councillor Banks, second by Councillor Quad. Any questions? Seeing none, all in favor? And that is carried. So we do have a notification at the public meeting that we have to read. So council is also required by section 34, subsection 14.5 to inform the public at the public meeting of who is entitled to appeal to the Ontario Land Tribunal under sections 34, subsection 11 and 19 as follows. If council decides to refuse an application or refuses or neglects to make a decision on an application within 90 days of the municipal clerk receiving the application, the applicant or the Minister of Municipal Affairs may appeal to the Ontario Land Tribunal by filing an appeal with the clerk of the municipality. Section 34, not subsection 19, not later than 20 days after giving them notice of passing of the bylaw. The applicant, any person or public body who made oral submissions at the public meeting or made a written submission to council before the bylaw was passed, or the Minister of Municipal Affairs may appeal to the Ontario Land Tribunal by filing an appeal with the clerk of the municipality. Yeah, then to confirmation bylaw. That we, the council for the corporation of the township of Brunel, Lindau, and Raglan, hereby adopts bylaw 2024-04, being a bylaw to confirm the proceedings of the February 7th, 2024 public meeting of council, having been introduced and read a first, second, and third time, and finally passed. So I need a mover on that. Councillor Banks, seconder, Councillor Quad, all in favor, and that carries. We have a motion to adjourn, that this meeting adjourn at 6:38 PM. I need a mover on that. Councillor Quad. All in favor. And that is carried.